Hello again, Lockpicking Paul here, and what I've got tonight is the Green Goblin by Cajun Lockpick. I just recently got some locks over from the USA, from Lock Junkie, and he threw in a couple of American challenge locks. This is one of a couple of them, and I'm going to get those picked, and I shall get them obviously shared around the UK. Now these are on these shores doing a bit of a tour. So I think they've been in the States for a while. And so yeah, this lock I think has been around for several years, but nice it's finally here. It's an American. It's pinned for 6 rather than 5, and that threw me initially because there's a very high lift pin 1, and if you get a tensioner in the top of a keyway you can't even see the pin, and if you don't count the pins to start with, you are expecting 5 pins, and you get 5 pins and the lock doesn't open because there's actually a 6th pin hidden away in position 1, which has tricked me more than once, I think, on American style locks. Anyway, it's a good fun pick. I don't think it's meant to be particularly difficult. I do think there's a lot of work on the pins. It'll be worth seeing the gutting. So I shall get this in a vise, get it focused, and I'll be right back. Right, let's get the open. I hope. Right, start off with a shallower hook. Okay. This has a sneaky little pin 1, quite high, tucked right behind the tensioner. And it's not a 5 pin, it's a 6 pin, so if you're expecting a 5, you kind of can miss it, which is exactly what I did when I first had a go at this. Typical of challenge locks, there's just so much feedback. These pins almost feel dead. I think it's quite an old CL, and I think these pins have had a lot of action. There is resistance there, but there's not very much, so they do feel kind of dead, these pins. Oh, it was open. It's a really stiff core in this. So yeah, that was actually open. There you go. Right, let's get it gutted. Will do. Let's lock that back up. Can I do that like this? Will that work? Yeah, it will. Let's change the angle. Let's switch to multi. Right. Here's the key. Right, okay. I do absolutely detest gutting padlock cores because of how tiny they are. So I do need to be careful. You know what? Let's put a new shim in there. Let's not risk breaking it. Although, if you're in the UK, you try getting hold of shims at the moment. These things are like rocking horse poop. Oh, that's pin 2. I dropped it out, going the other way. There you go. Right, so pin 2's out, so that is the tiniest key pin. But that's got a serration on it. Yeah, these have got lots of work. And it is pinned for 6. So let's have a look at the core. There's some threading in 2 and 4. And you do feel it, but it's very shallow threading. It's not severe at all. Just going to whip these key pins around, and we'll get the drivers out. Okay, there's like a double. There's a lot of work on these pins. So you can see what the rest are like. See what I mean? Look at that. So I'm going to bring the camera light over. That is the second pin. But it's kind of flat. Let's check there's some spring tension there. Yeah, there is spring tension, but it's only just proud of the chamber. I think these springs are very weak. I actually think they make it more difficult, just because the lock feels so dead when you're picking it. Now, some of the springs have come out. There you go. Let's have a look at the springs. Oh yeah, look at that. This is a spring that was in 2. It's kind of squished. Mind you, it's a very long pin, so perhaps that was deliberate. The pin in 1 is a lot longer and sort of less smushed. Right, is that one? That was that one. The rest of these pins, a couple of them are a bit battered, but they're not the longest springs. They're not the longest springs in the world. That's the other one. There it is. Anything in the Bible? No. Well, there we have it. Let's zoom in. Actually, can we zoom in? We can, probably not. Okay, so there you go. Now, it's a couple of interesting things. Is that third driver looks like a modified key pin. I spotted this. This is driver's number 6. Been turned into sort of like a cam. So if that rotates in the actual keyway, that's going to sort of behave differently each time. This lock does tend to pick a little differently each time. It certainly gives different feedback from the back pins, and that probably explains why. It's got like a T-pin, like a dead T-pin. That kind of acts like a taper, I guess. So yeah, very interesting. Lots and lots and lots of work on those pins. But I don't actually know if those springs are meant to be quite as compressed as that. So I will get this reassembled and all off to the UK locksport community to see what they make of it. Good fun pick though. All right, that's it for this evening. Cheers.